Hey, this is Alexis with StreetFire, and we got a really cool car here. This is the hero car from Death Race, the movie. And I'm here with Bob, who's the owner of this vehicle. How'd you get hold of the hero car?
I work at a company called Cinema Vehicle Services, and they're the largest and oldest producer of picture and movie cars in the industry. I was able to get a hold of this from Universal after the film wrapped, when they realized that they were done doing whatever they were going to do with the cars. You know, it's all Hollywood wizardry, and sometimes there's some real elements, but most of the time, you know, it's not. It's just what needs to appear correct. So this is a 2006 Mustang GT with a standard 5-liter or 4.6-liter V8. They would use techniques of thin sheet metal with ribbing on the edge bent over to give it the appearance of thickness and depth. This in the movie they called the 6-inch tombstone, which when you look at the overall width is correct, but when you look on the inside, you're just thin sheet metal. There's a lot of neat techniques that they use to simulate, you know, welding and aging. They'll use regular caulking, you know, like you'll do a window or a bathtub and paint it black to simulate a weld. And they'll add pieces of metal to the exterior, damage them up a little, and it gives it the appearance that it's something, you know, out of the future. Some of the techniques they use for aging is they'll just paint on a rust color, like you can see brush strokes on here with the rust. Glass, you know, they have to make custom glass to fit these spots, but this is just plexiglass. They might need interesting camera angles to be able to shoot the actors different ways, so in this case this whole roof is removable, just held on by some pins. That also coincided in the movie that they had ejection seats. All this assembly comes off, so that if you wanted to shoot Jason's face up close, you know, you have a good vantage point to do that. And then even in the weaponry is fake. Now I'm kind of a stickler for authenticity, and to me it's important, especially if somebody else is going to get this stuff in the future, that everything on it is correct as can be for the movie. These are the actual stunt guns. These are just made out of resin and rubber, you know. They would bring out working weapons from the armorers to do the actual shooting scenes. What they'll typically do for a hero car is they'll make a process vehicle, it's called, which is a close-up car only meant to show functioning gauges or other components. And that will work. But the other cars, stunt ones or hero ones alike that are only shown from a distance, there's really no point to taking the energy and time to make those gauges work, so they don't. I think they had 5 or 6 of these Mustangs. As an example, Gone in 60 Seconds with the Eleanors. They had 11 cars used in that movie. 8 of them survived actual filming because 3 of them were destroyed. In Herbie, the Love Bug with Lindsay Lohan, they had 36 bugs.
What was your first movie car that you got?
I got one of the original Dukes of Hazzard General Lees from the TV series. Warner Brothers had them sitting out in a backlot, not far from here, just sitting out in a field. There were 17 that survived that 7-year series. They wrecked over 230, but when the show was canceled, they just happened to have 17 that were left. And they sat out in this backlot for about 5 years, and we were lucky enough to get them through Warner Brothers. The neat thing about it, it was the only original 440 RT car out of all of them, so it's worth a pretty penny. So you take this to a Mustang show, and the Mustang guys are going to be around this all day long versus a standard GT with some tricked out stuff, just because of how unique this is. You know, this is something they recognize, something that's important to them, and now they see it on screen used in a very cool way. To me, that makes it a very iconic piece that'll be fun to keep.
Well, Bob, thank you so much for your time, and hopefully we'll see you back on StreetFire with some more of your fun toys. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, looking forward to it too. Thank you.